When you think of Maryland, one of the first things that comes to mind is the legendary blue crabs. It's right at the heart of the state's rich culture and something that so many people partake in. In my opinion, this is what makes coming down here so much fun. But to be able to enjoy that delicious meat, you have to put in the work. So today we're back out on the upper Chesapeake Bay trying to haul in as many crabs as we can and then get to the fun part, which is cooking and feasting on these prized possessions. This is gonna be a lot of fun, but we got a lot of work to do, so let's get out there. Good morning. It's an early one. I'm out here with my dad this morning, so we're gonna head out and do some crabbing as finally it's good on the upper Chesapeake Bay, we think. Hopefully they're not afraid of the cameras like they were the last time when I went with Bradford. But we might also be meeting up with him later on in this video to do some crabbing and steaming them as well. So we're just getting ready to take the little boat out with our crab pots, try our luck. So this morning we're out on the Elk River. We're dropping our pots right off of the shipping channel in front of the C&D Canal. How many pots do we have?
I think we got about 16 pots in anywhere from 6 to 12 feet of water.
Okay. And we're running chicken necks, which is one of the ways in which a lot of the crabbers will do it here. You take a raw chicken neck and you feed it through this little clamp that's in the middle of the trap. There's a hollow bone in the neck, and then you fish it through that clamp. So after a while, you smell pretty disgusting. So a lot of the serious crabbers will essentially call us chicken neckers. And then you drop the pots anywhere from 20 to 30 yards apart from one another, and you just make a straight line going wherever you choose. We'll swing back and forth and just pull up each trap individually and see if we can get some crabs.
Ooh, nice one there. Look at that. There you go. There we go. Look at that. Look over there in that tree.
Oh, looks like we got a bald eagle.
There's a bald eagle sitting there in that tree. Now put it in neutral.
So how many years have we been doing this for?
So we've been coming down here to the upper Chesapeake Bay for about 20 years. Shortly after we arrived here, we discovered that there was actually crabbing going on here. We never really thought that that would be the case this far north on the Chesapeake, but as you get into August and September, and the salinity of the water increases a bit, sure enough, you've got some crabs.
So we're like 4 runs through. We have about 7 crabs, which isn't a whole lot. We're out here again on the outgoing tide. This afternoon, we'll try again on the incoming tide, see if we have better luck then. All right, we're back out for the incoming tide, so we're gonna set these traps and try our luck now. All right, we're pulling them up. We did about the same as we did in the morning. What do we have in there? About
a dozen, I'd say.
a dozen. So like 22 dozen total.
2 dozen today, not too bad.
Not too bad for back-to-back days.
Gonna go back and cook them now.
Yeah, definitely plenty of crabs to cook up.
Gonna put enough crabs to like cover this with a lid.
So we'll be looking at 2 ways to cook crabs in this video. The first, we're gonna boil them with a little bit of Old Bay seasoning. This is what we've done for the last 15 or so years. And then after that, we'll be taking a look how you steam them, which apparently is the Maryland way of doing it.
Crank that thing up, it doesn't take very long to boil. Old Bay seasoning, you know, pretty good, healthy portion in there. Turn this down a little bit. Oh, shit.
Nice.
These crabs, they're not going to feel a thing. They have no nerves, nothing like that. So you don't have to worry about hurting them.
How long do they cook for?
Roughly 10 to 15 minutes, something like that.
And that's about it. Just wait, and then just get a couple of trays of them, and then get to picking.
And this is the most important part of the day. After a lot of hard work, sitting out on that boat, in the sun, catching these crabs, having a beer at the end of the day is very rewarding. Good morning. Another beautiful day here on the Upper Chesapeake Bay. And we're sitting here starting the process of picking all these about 4 dozen crabs that we got over the past couple days, 2 days. And so the first thing I do is just take the legs off the crabs and the claws and separate them. And I just tend to separate it out. I just try to work efficiently. I think that's the key. But I'm sure that you go to 10 different people and they have 10 different methodologies for how to do this.
All right, now I'm transitioning over. I'm back with Bradford and his friend Drew.
Hello.
We're heading out crabbing. We're running a trot line like we did last time with chicken necks, right?
Chicken necks this time.
Okay. See if we can catch more than 6 crabs. So let's send it.
And we're crabbing. There's a crab coming up.
He's too small.
2 crabs.
Female.
They get bigger. Just keep it down. I'm telling you, we're gonna bang them up.
They're holding really well. So that's all in one run.
Yep.
Not bad. They're all small though.
Some might be keepers. Let me see it.
I mean, that's more than we got the last time, but
That's very good sign. The big ones.
pretty solid run.
Crabs attract crabs, and those bigger ones will realize there's something here, and they'll come in and bully those crabs out.
Yeah.
Hopefully. And they know fall's coming, so they are just eating anything before it gets good.
So 3 runs in, we're more than we got last time, by far.
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
So you can't really see, but he's scooping the crabs into the dip net there. And once you get about 4 to 5 is when he'll throw it over into the bucket in the front of the boat. So we just sort of troll along and then he scoops it up in.
That's a dandy. I think we're definitely at 2 dozen. Yeah, this is enough for us to have a damn good steam.
You don't know no turkey, Steve. You don't got one on your wall.
Got like about 30.
Yeah, I'd say three dozen, maybe more.
All right, we'll take them back.
And we stopped early. We stopped early because we're losing sunlight. We want to go steam them.
All right, back at the house. This is the Maryland way of cooking up crabs, right?
Yep. So we're gonna do beer. I like beer. Usually, I didn't bring any vinegar, but I usually do half vinegar, half beer.
You need vinegar?
If you have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind?
Let's do it. And white or apple cider, it doesn't really matter. All right, that should be good. So we just did white vinegar and we did 3 light beers. I'll give that back to you. We're gonna get this thing cranked up and reset like panel in the house. It's gonna. So I don't want you to be fooled. It says number 1, but this really is actually JO's number 2.
But that's the seasoning.
Yeah, JO's number 2. JO's number 1 is more of like, you know, if you're cooking a fillet of fish, it's a good seasoning for that. But JO's number 2, you know, they have the good, nice large grains of salt and whatnot. This is what you use for steaming crabs.
You built this contraption.
Yeah, this was an old keg. Me and my buddies drank it to completion, of course. Can't waste good beer, but once it was empty, we cut the top off it, and I found like a old metal tray that you put over like a campfire, and it fits in there just perfect. So that's what keeps my crabs above the liquid. Steam's starting to come out of here, so we're gonna start to throw the crabs in. I don't care what anyone has to say, this is the proper way to do crabs if you're from Maryland. We're gonna close them up and let that steam do the work. We'll shoot for about 20 minutes, maybe a touch over, and they'll be ready to eat. It's been about 22 minutes. As you can see, they are beautiful orange. They should be done. Wow, that smells good. I haven't had crabs I've been catching crabs all summer. I haven't been eating them much.
The Maryland way. All right, we got all the crabs on the table. Show us how to pick it.
All right. I take one of these legs and I take the apron off back here. Take the top off. There's a lot of good stuff in there. What I do is I break the crab in half. I take these lungs off. And then I take a knife, and what I do is I cut right down through the carcass, and this meat just falls out of here like super easy. And then for the claws, I take a knife, I put it right down at the bottom, right down at the bottom. I give it a little break there, and
Look at that.
you break it sideways, and then you can break the bottom off, and there's a little bit of cartilage in the middle of this muscle, but if you bite down with your teeth and you kind of meet the cartilage on both sides with your teeth, you can just pull it off.
Yeah.
And that's
about it.
That's about it. Everyone has their own way. My only rule is if we've gone out and we've taken the time to catch them, just make sure you eat all the meat. Don't leave any. I don't care how you pick the crab. Make sure you get every piece of meat out of it.
And now we feast.
The whole idea with Maryland, the Maryland way, like people down south, they do boils, and they think the flavor gets inside the crab a lot better. The Maryland like philosophy is that you have a lot of seasoning on top, and when you steam them, the seasoning sticks to the outside of the shells. And as you're picking, you're getting seasoning on your hands.
Mm-hmm.
And when you touch the meat, the meat's getting that seasoning, and that's where you're getting all your flavor from.
I've never heard that analogy before, but it makes total sense.
Yeah.
People also eat like when you take the shell off, there's some fat in the corners by the points. I just tried it. It's a little fishy.
It's a fall crab though. You catch like those
Super heavy.
early October crabs. Oh my gosh. I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever's in that shit, it's good.
Speaking of tearing up, we are tearing these crabs up. I'm on number 4. People really like that. It's weird, isn't it?
It's an acquired taste.
I would have thought the yellow stuff, that's like...
Oh, God.
Immediately throw that out.
Try this. I'm telling you, man. That was a good one.
It's a little bit au jus. My first one was amazing.
Oh, wow.
And so that's how it's done. We just killed all of those crabs, the 3 of us. Tastes absolutely amazing. If you've never had a Maryland blue crab before, you are missing out for sure. But hopefully this helped kind of encapsulate the entire process of all that goes into catching crabs, cooking crabs, and then picking crabs. Let me know in the comments below how you go about cooking your crabs. There's a bunch of different ways. What we just did right here was the Maryland way. Does not get much more authentic than that. So drop a comment below. Let me know how you guys do it. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. As always, I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next week from another video right here in Maryland. Stay tuned.